You're listening to Blue Radio.
And of course, this is Blue Radio. My name is Dana Womboy, and I have my guest in studio with me. He is a multidisciplinary visual artist working in various medias, and he is going to tell us all about that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Yona Mudibo. How is your morning?
Very well. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Yona. Hey, mimi nimesikia sifa hapa na pale, here and there. Now I want you to confirm the rumors.
Unasikia rumors gani hizo?
Oh, he's a great artist. Amechora sijui nini. Sijui amefanya nini na plastics. But before that, who is Yona?
Yona is an artist based in Mombasa. I started art at a very tender age, but professionally.
No, let's start at the tender age.
Okay. Sawa.
Okay.
So, at a very young age, I always liked drawing sana. Now, my dad is a really good artist pia. Ambapo alikuwa ananichorea sana farasi na mangamia alafu mimi na copy. Na mimi pia alafu sasa tukienda shuleni napata mabeshe zangu tunaweza kushinda na kuchora. Sasa kila saa nilikuwa nawashinda lakini wanang'ang'ana hivyo lazima washinde lakini I guess pia walinisaidia kuimprove kwa sababu kila saa nikichora na improve. Na hivyo ikaendelea hivyo mpaka nikafika high school, nikaenda kwanza primary, nilienda Makinani primary. Afu high school ikabidi niende bara, nikaenda Mumias.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mumias, St. Peter's Mumias Boys.
Where you took art as a subject, I assume.
Of course.
I would never take that subject. I ran with my son.
Mimi ilikuwa ukinikosa classroom niko art room.
Wow. Yeah. And watu wa art walikuwa wanajidu, but it's okay. Mtashinda art room. Ati umeenda art room?
My friend, that is the place to be. That is the place to be.
Yes.
Utakosaje kwa huko?
Now after Mumias?
After Mumias, nikaamua nikaingia Technical University Mombasa, kufanya engineering kidogo, lakini sikumaliza. Nikaamua kubadilisha, nikafanya teaching.
Okay.
English literature.
So, which engineering was this? Yenye ilikutambariza hivi.
Well, kwa building and civil engineering. Kwa practicals nilikuwa sawa kwa sababu at least tunaweza cheza na matope. Lakini ikakuja kwa mahesabu
kidogo. Akili inataka kucheza.
Nakwambia mimi nataka kuchora. But nikaingia Kenyatta University.
So you did engineering for like how many years?
I did like 3 years.
Wait.
Yeah.
Hizo mbili ukasema zipotelee tu.
Kidogo tamaliza baadaye.
Oh, okay, all right. And then you went to KU?
I went to KU, kafanya
here in Mombasa or in Nairobi?
In Mombasa. Kafanya English and literature. So pia nilikuwa napenda poetry. Nilikuwa najiona naweza kuwa poet. Nikamaliza hapo, nikaingia art full time.
Why didn't you choose art as your course in university, yet you knew you were good at it?
Well, in truth, ilikuwa kuna resistance from the parents.
Oh.
Sababu walikuwa wanaona kama ni kitu naweza fanya tayari haina haja kusomea.
Okay.
Sababu walikuwa wanasema unaweza soma hii alafu ile si uta improve tu, utafanya ama utafanya baadaye. Lakini passion yangu bado ilikuwa tu ni kwa art.
Yeah.
So in the end bado niliamua tu kuendelea na art.
But do you think it would have been a very good avenue? Like if you really did an art course, maybe it would have helped you scale and expand your knowledge?
Definitely.
Right. All right. So now after you've done your course in English literature, how did you start drawing? Or were you drawing even then when you're taking your courses?
Yeah.
Professionally, that is.
Yeah, I was, because as soon as I started KU, I also started professionally doing art, which was around 2014. So nikienda class, baadaye naenda nafanya art. Sasa zingine hata kuna artwork imeningojea tu pale kando, nikimaliza class hivi naenda na deliver kwa client ama napeleka kwa gallery.
Yeah.
Na hivyo tu pole pole. Mpaka venye tumeuliza kaendelea, ikakuwa tu ni rahisi kuendelea.
Right. So you have been in a lot of projects here in Mombasa, and the most vibrant one, or the one that I have seen you in, is in relation to plastics or even the blue economy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How did you transition? Okay, have you transitioned from normal, any kind of art that is inspired by anything, to focusing into environment, marine conservation, plastics, and all that?
How do I transition?
Like you say, I will only do art inspired by blue economy or art inspired by plastics, and not just inspired by some flowers. So,
well, in truth, as an artist, I cannot just be one thing.
okay.
It will be limiting. So I try as much as possible to be versatile. Because if I have the creativity to do it, why not do it? So some people know me because I do string art. I make portraits using string and nails.
Yeah.
Some people know me because of body art. Some people know me because of murals. Some people know me because of paintings. And others know me because of those plastic sculptures.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like it's a challenge to myself to be good, or at least really good,
Yeah.
at all of them, in one or another.
Yeah.
Because, if you have the creativity to do it, if you have the energy, it's just best to just go for it. Yeah.
A lot of times people face ups and downs in their careers. I'd love to know, for you, when you started, from when you started to where you are right now, what have been your highs and lows during that period as an artist?
Definitely kumekuwa na highs and lows. Nikianza ilikuwa tu ni challenge ingine kubwa, kwa sababu kuna hizi artworks umezichora, mzazi anakuona kila saa unaenda exhibition unarudi, acha ziko tu hapo zinakaa miaka na miaka. So ako like, is this really something to go for? Lakini sasa kuna hiyo pressure, but hiyo ilikuwa challenge nyingine kubwa sana, kwa sababu kwanza ndio ilikuwa shida. The only other challenge after that ilikuja tu wakati wa, I guess, corona.
Yeah.
Juu sasa things were not happening as they were supposed to be happening. Na hapo I had to transition, I had to diversify kidogo, nikaingia into carpentry.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah. So me and a friend of mine tukaanza kunda furniture using pallets, but nikunda in such a way ziko creative. Yeah, just putting our artistic element into furniture. So hapo in a way pia iliniongezea skill, kwa sababu nikaanza kujua how to work with wood.
All right. Yeah, actually. So you can actually do that comfortably right now.
Yeah, because hata ilinisaidia nikaunda my own furniture, viti, meza, TV stand.
Thank you, COVID, for making this man very productive. And what have been the high moments for you?
The high moments.
What was that one time you were like, God, I knew this is it. When you mkuu. Utukuzwe milele.
The first high moment was the first exhibition I ever did. I says Isao, ilikuwa pale for Jesus. Ilikuwa inaitwa Pwani Art Exhibition. Pwani Art Exhibition. Hiyo ilikuwa high moment, kwa sababu ilikuwa pia njia yangu kupata kujua watu wanaonaje art yangu.
Yeah.
Na the reception was good. Hiyo ikani motivate, na pia ikani improve confidence. Kasema hiki kitu inawezekana. Another high moment ilikuwa kushinda Sondeka Awards.
Yes.
Which was it was for me, it was a huge thing, kwa sababu nilikuwa najiweka at a position where I'm being judged against artists in everywhere in Kenya and hata East Africa. Kwa sababu ulikuwa ukiangalia the artists, most of them ambao walikuwa wanakuwa nominated in that competition walikuwa Nairobi. Na tayari hao ni kama walikuwa wamejitwika katika hiyo nyanja. So kwangu kuweza kushinda hiyo ilikuwa ni kama affirmation tu kwamba hii ni kitu naweza. Ni kitu naweza na ni kitu I'm competent enough to do it all through.
All right.
There are so many other, but engine ilikuwa pia ni kufanya, najua watu wengi wajui hiyo, nitawashtua, lakini kuna ile mural ambayo iko ndani ya Marikiti Makinon Market. Kupata opportunity tu kufanya, kwa hiyo ilikuwa pia kwangu ilikuwa a huge thing sababu hiyo ni monument. Hiyo ni kitu imekuwa, I don't know, since probably 1800s or something. It's been there for a long time, and just to be able to put my hand on that or my art on that was just amazing.
Wow. And in the journey of you being an artist, I feel like a lot of artists really go through this one challenge of comparing themselves or looking at someone and thinking, okay, how will I ever get to this point, or am I good enough? Did that occur to you in any instance?
I would say not really.
Okay.
Because for me, when I started art, I kind of knew it will take me a long time for me to get there. I'd given myself like a grace period of like 10 years. After 10 years, after 10 years, ndo tuangalia if it's good enough or not, because it takes time.
It takes time.
It's not a common field. Enye uko assured kwamba utapata pesa ama uta make it in life. So it needs a lot of time, a lot of patience, and it has taught me a lot of patience. So for anyone who's out there who's just starting, it takes time. It takes time.
So
it's not like this. It's not because one, if it takes time, it means it will stay for a long time. Because inamaanisha utapata more clients. Ikichukua short time, utakuwa na watu kidogo ambao wanakujua.
Okay. Tuko hapa na Yona Mudibo. We're still hanging out, and in 2021 you started venturing into plastic art, right? Or that was the first time you did plastic art?
In 2021.
In 2021.
Yeah.
How was it for you, and what inspired that?
I started doing plastic art after attending or being part of a residency, an artist residency. It was called Bahari Huru Festival, or Bahari Huru Residency.
By Jukwaa
Art Center, And with that, we were just being trained on how to make art, or rather, the creative process behind art, and how to just make choices when you're making an art piece. And we were taught about issues about plastic pollution and how it affects the marine life. And I've always wanted to do to campaign against plastic pollution, especially in Mombasa, because people don't really care how they throw the plastics.
And then there's a lot of plastics, considering that you have to take water, I don't know how many times a day.
Yeah, because our weather is just, and people throw anyhowly. And I've always wanted to know how I can help with that. Now, through the residency, I was able to know that this is something I can do. I can make art using plastics and spread the awareness about plastic pollution. Because sometimes people like a visual message, or rather to see something that is practical. Like this is something they can do instead of just throwing away the plastics. And so my first piece was like a relief sculpture, and I used plastics to make like a wave, and hapo nikaanza kunda pia hizi bigger pieces like a fish sculpture. One of them is even some of them are being used along the beach by the beach management unit to collect plastics.
Wow.
And even though pia I started working with the Alliance Francaise, making artworks, sculptures for the Mombasa Ocean Festival, like last year and also this year.
And also this year, you're still in it?
Yeah. And yeah, it has been a great journey. I think it's one of the most fulfilling things I've ever done, because it's something I've always wanted to do, especially because of Mombasa. I've been in Mombasa my whole life. I was practically born here.
Yeah.
So being able to participate in finding the solution for that was just amazing.
Wow. Yeah. And which organizations have you worked with after maybe Alliance Francaise? Which other organization have you worked with along the theme of plastics and marine conservation, maybe?
I've also worked with the Duos Festival. It's an event that was organized by some guys from Poland, and I was working with an artist from Poland called Natalia, and we made some really amazing artworks over there. And it was also another one of a highlight moment, because working with another artist from another country and getting to see the different perspectives and just different styles zenye tunaweza work pamoja nao imekuwa really amazing, because I got to learn a lot from her.
Okay. Yeah. So after, even as you're continuing with this project, I know that you train children.
Yeah, I do.
How did you come up with the idea? Okay, now that I'm only John, sasa mimi ni guru. Now I can call these other people to show them what gurus do.
In truth, nilianza kufundisha much earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because unajua as an artist pia pole because art sales are not so much. You try as much as possible to find other means. In that pia nikaanza kufundisha. I taught in a school called Mombasa Academy of Arts, and I also taught in a center called Compassion Center.
Yeah,
it's for kids who are, not in good conditions.
Yeah.
So pole pia ilikuwa inanipatia confidence na pia experience ya kufundisha. Pia sasa I've also been teaching at Alliance Francaise sana focused on plastics. So teaching kids how they can use plastics to make art. We've been doing workshops around schools. Tumeenda kwa shule kama Busy Bee, Shri Somnarian, Bamburi Primary, Mombasa Secondary School for the physically handicapped. Na tukafanya a lot of workshops with them ambapo tukaunda mosaics.
Yeah.
Na hata this year we gave them a challenge. We made them like a plastic art challenge and gave them a lot of plastics, a whole tank of plastics, wajunde wenye tuone what they can do. And those kids are just mind-blowing. They're just amazing. The stuff that they did, the works they created was just wow. And the works they created are actually being exhibited right now at Alliance Francaise. And yeah, people can be able to come and see them even on Saturday.
Or today?
Yeah, today they're also being displayed.
Today they are also being displayed, and tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay, so you're also there. Tell us about what is your piece this time?
This time I went bigger.
And better.
And better. And better. This time hakukuwa na mchezo. Hapa ni gold, hakuna bronze. Hapa ni gold, hakuna bronze.
Hapa hakuna zeros.
Zero losses, zero draws. Hakuna kitu kama hiyo. So this time I made a sculpture out of different I made a sculpture out of different plastics that I got from Rins Plastics. I've been working with some recycling companies such as Rins Plastics na Baustaka na wamenisaidia sana. Especially this time kupata material za plastics za kuunda hizi artworks. Na I was able to make a piece, a sculpture of a long-nosed butterfly fish.
Long-nosed butterfly fish. Is that like a type of fish?
Yeah, it is a type of fish. It's a reef fish. It's even found here in our coastline. Ni venye sisi atuendi baharini.
Ama tukienda baharini.
Tunaswim tu juu.
So nataka tuingie ndani. Tumeza, we love our lives.
Hakuna shark bana.
It's not about the shark, it's about kukunywa maji.
Kuna kitu kama snorkeling. Tunaweza fanya snorkeling.
Hey, let me tell you. We love our lives bana.
Mimi mwenyewe sijui kuogelea vile, lakini nilifanya snorkeling. Kaona long-nosed butterfly fish, kuna anglefish, kuna tofauti wazuri sana.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you should try it.
Maybe we will try one of these fine days.
You should.
Now, as an artist, do you ever get to a point where you... Because a lot of people talk about brain... Is it a block?
Yeah.
Do you ever get a block?
For me, I'm kind of lucky enough not to have gotten that so far.
Really?
Yeah, because okay, like I work in various mediums.
Ah, yeah.
So if I get a brain block in this one, I do this other thing.
Just do the other one.
Alafu, I think I'm at a point in my life where I get so many ideas, and so most of the time I would just jot them down. Kuna ka notebook kangu fulani wanaandika. Nikipata idea tu yote naandika. Alafu ikiwa na hiyo brain block naanza kuzifanya hizo. So I don't know. Sijaipata bado.
You've never gotten a brain block?
Not yet. Not yet.
The conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. Well, I think you're the first person I've asked about a brain block, and they were like, I have never had a brain block.
I mean, I get brain block, but I think that also comes with fatigue. When I get fatigued, that's when ideas come in as andika too.
Oh,
and
yeah.
when I'm feeling I can do something, I do those things that are in the ideas. And I'm lucky enough to work with people who trust my creativity. So most of the times they don't limit how much I can do or what I can do.
Yeah.
They just tell me an idea of what they want to do, like a theme, and they just let me work.
Wow. So a lot of people, you cannot do anything alone. So who are these people who have actually supported you? Who has been your support system, if I may ask? Because especially in an artistic world, you really cannot do it alone.
True.
So who has been your support system?
First of all, it has always been my mom.
Oh.
We amepitia, huyu ni investor number one. Amepitia kwa sababu everything I wanted to do in art, I had to ask her to buy me.
Yeah.
And she as much as she doubted what I was doing, she never stopped supporting. My dad there alikuwa number one critic na pia number one teacher, so shout out to him pia.
Yeah.
My wife amekuwa tu akini push boundaries, akini like try this, so pia ameni push sana. Na apart from that, kuna tu the fellow artists that I've been working with. Kuna wengi sana hata siwezi wataja wote, lakini kuna wenye wamenifundisha graffiti, kuna wenye wamenifundisha drawing, na wamenipatia tu so many ideas. So like in art, you cannot work alone.
Yeah.
You have to coexist with others. Now that is how you win.
There's a time a musician said that shida ya Kenyans on the artist side, artists do not want to work together. They don't help each other. Is that true? It's like they're looking at it more of a competition than a complementary kind of thing.
It's true.
How?
People see it as a competition. Unaona, huyu nikifanya kazi na yeye anaweza nibia client. Huyu nikifanya kazi na yeye labda atanibia style ama anaweza chukua hiyo project aseme ni yake.
Yeah.
Na for me, I find that limiting, because sometimes you have to find as much as kuna characters in the industry, you in one way or another, you have to find people that you can work with in the field, because you cannot always do things alone. Especially kuna projects zingine ni kubwa sana, huwezi fanya peke yako.
Ukifanya peke yako pia utachoma. Ama hata kando na hivyo, kuna saa zingine unaweza fanya projects, lakini kuna part yenye haujaivia vile. Yeah.
Na unahitaji usaidizi kidogo. And that is how you, sasa the more you work with people, the more you know who to work with.
Yeah.
Because you have to work with people. You cannot be alone.
Yeah.
Especially in art, you cannot be alone.
True. Of course, you're still hanging out with the guru, the legendary, the champion.
He's here.
Yona, guys. And we're winding up. Maybe what is your future roadmap as you wind up?
My plan is to be an international artist.
Ish. Who's your inspiration, by the way? Who's that person you're like, huyu nikipatana na yeye ama nikifika kama yeye, Mungu nitakushukuru. Nitakwambia uachane na mimi ubariki wengine.
kuna kama okay, kuna mwenye although wanasema don't meet your heroes, but kuna mwenye hata natamani ni exhibit tu na yeye tu itakuwa tu superb. Aitwa Wangechi Mutu. Yeah. She is a really good artist.
Wow.
She's a really good artist. Napenda mind yake inafikiria haifikiri normal.
Anyway, no artist anafikirianga normal.
Well, kuna ngine tuko a bit normal. Tuko a bit normal, lakini yeye ako just somewhere else. I would think, although this was probably controversial, but Van Gogh. Yeah, he didn't get to be a great artist.
Yeah.
He only became a great artist after Mekufa, but yeah, he's someone pia I really look towards because alikuwa ana filter mind yake.
Yes.
Chenye kiko kwa akili anaiweka. Na that is just so inspiring.
Wow. Hey, so where do you usually exhibit amani when there are events? That is when uko hapo.
No, I usually exhibit pia with other artists. Kuna tumefanya exhibitions kadhaa, but I usually exhibit pale Alliance Francaise. Yeah, Alliance Francaise na Nairobi. Yeah, Mombasa na Nairobi. No. Or okay. Nairobi different Nairobi
places.
National Museum.
Wow, I've been to the museum.
But
well,
I'm planning to do more exhibitions, especially in Mombasa. So I'm gonna feel we need to make it a culture.
Yeah,
because
that brings me to my next question. Do you think Mombasa has embraced art as much as we should?
I think it is getting to that point.
It's getting to that point.
Because, for example, kama pale Alliance Francaise juzi when we had the opening ceremony for the festival, there was a huge turnout, a very huge turnout. I think it's the highest turnout to an exhibition in Mombasa that I've ever seen.
Wow.
Because I didn't count, but I feel like there were around probably more than 300 people, which is huge. Normally, ukienda kwa exhibition in Mombasa, utapata like 50 people, at most 100.
Yeah.
But this time it was really huge. Now, Congo, it's a good sign because Bimi and other artists we've been working towards just pushing that envelope. Kwamba people should consider art as something anyone can have. Unajua kuna hiyo stereo or rather myth. Kwamba art is just for the rich ama tourists. Si kitu yenye mchocha alikuwa nayo. Lakini ukienda kwa nyumba zetu utapata kuna picha imeprintiwa ya nyumba, gari. Hiyo ni art.
Yeah, that's art.
Yeah, now you can find something made from hand by an artist hapa Mombasa at almost the same price or slightly higher, but yeah. Now unajua uzuri wa art. Art is something that appreciates in value. The more an artist grows in their career, the higher their artworks is increase in value. And it's just an investment people should consider.
Truly. Do you think the government has invested enough in art? We can start from the county level or even the national level.
I would say not as much as I feel they should. So, for example, kama say hapa Mombasa, ama hata tuseme tu coastal area. Yeah, the old coast province. Yeah, there are not as much galleries as Nairobi. Nairobi is just one small county. Lakini imeshinda sisi sote. I don't even know if we have one gallery in Mombasa. There's some that are opening soon. I know, but I feel like the county should consider that because museum, come on, for example, for Jesus, I'm at open to some building. Ya kufanya 2 exhibitions because you increase revenue. The government itself.
True.
In terms of commissions, in terms of tourists coming to see the artworks, because tourists pay out after art. Wamechoka kuangalia, the normal. want to something new.
Yeah.
And art is just one thing that they should consider.
And have you, as artists, have you tried to engage in talks with them to actually air your views and tell them this is what we think we need?
Very many times.
Oh, yeah.
Very many times. I think too, maybe they don't see the value, and we've been trying to invite them to these events to get them to see the value in it. I guess sasa venye maybe to approach in a good way, in such a way that they may see the value in it, and it's something we should definitely consider, form an association and approach them, because it's something that can benefit the county too, as much as it benefit the artist. Because see charity in business.
The other day I saw a meme that said kijana wa campus akishindwa na masomo anaingia kwa talent. Sasa
okay.
Encourage someone out there who thinks, okay, is this something that I want to do? I'm just starting. It might not be drawing, it might not be graffiti, it might not be all that. Just someone who is in that stage of, I'm just starting, I'm not seeing anything. The light is not there. I think this is also the end of the tunnel and I'm not seeing the light.
Mimi kitu nasema, hata ni kitu nilikuwa najiambia nikianza.
Yeah.
Whatever has passion has money. Hata kama utakuwa unafagia the same place each day, every day, kuna mtu atakulipa just because of that. So chenye unafanya ipatie passion, pesa itakuja.
Give it time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Give it passion, give it time. Give it passion, 100% passion, and give it time. Na itajipa tu.
Wow. All right, where do we get you? In your social media handles, and maybe if there's another event. Today you'll be at Allianz.
Yes, today we'll be at Allianz. We're doing like a science talk, like a discussion. We're having guys from Kemfrey and other fishermen and just the public talking about, well, blue economy, plastic pollution, and how to combat it. And then tomorrow.
From what time to what time?
It's starting probably at 2, till around 4, or 5, and then tomorrow we'll be having the Ocean Day Fiesta, like Mombasa Festival Fiesta, from 9 to 5. Guys can come in with the kids. It's a free event. Get to come have fun and get to do different activities. There'll be painting. There'll be bottle mosaic. There'll be origami, there'll be yoga, there'll be virtual reality, there'll just be a lot of face painting, just everything that you can think of that is fun, it's probably going to be there.
Yeah.
And it's free of charge, so I mean,
why not?
Why not?
Why not? I mean,
it's a weekend. It's near the beach. Ukiboeka, ukimaliza ama ukiboeka unaingia tu kwa beach.
I know. There are lots of people, lots of activities.
A lot of activities.
Utakuwa unafanya nini? Toka usifue nguo kesho please.
Hakuna kufua nguo kesho, ni usiku.
Alafu
unaeka kwa pasi.
Give us your social media handles as we wind up.
On Instagram, it's Dibo _art. Dibo, that is DEEBO _art.
Yeah.
On Facebook, it's Yona Mudibo, the artist. The artist is one word. Yeah.
That's it.
Thank
you so much for coming to our studios today. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. And we want to see these more and more and more. Of course, tutakuita mara mingi.
Amen.
And then that has been